Greetings. Welcome to the Captive Desk, where my hard drive is a chaotic mess overflowing with an absurd number of video files, some interesting, some bizarre, and some that make me question why I even saved them. Today's find is a real gem. Some guy confidently claiming that atheists can't love their wives. All right then. Let's hit play and see just how deep this nonsense goes.
You're an atheist, right? He said, yes. I said, so you believe the only thing that exists is matter and energy? He said, yes. I said, so you are just a specific collection of particles. There's no soul in you or spirit or anything like that. It's just matter and energy and you're a bunch of particles. He said, yes. I said, okay, apparently at some point in your past, your collection of particles came into close proximity with another collection of particles. And it caused a reaction in your particles in such a way you asked those other particles to marry you. And then he starts laughing. He met his wife. You're coming into close proximity with other collections of particles that are causing a similar reaction that you had when you met your wife. Do you pursue an intimate relationship with all these other women? He said, no. I said, why not? He goes, because I love my wife. I said, no, you don't. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, you can't love your wife. You're just particles. Particles don't love anything. They just bang together.
Here we have an absolutely genius revelation. Because love involves neurons and chemistry, it must not be real. Brilliant. By that logic, music doesn't exist. Just air molecules vibrating. Thoughts aren't real either. Just electrical impulses. Well, heck, I guess your argument isn't real either. Just meaningless sounds flopping out of your mouth as your particles randomly collide. I must have completely forgotten that the brain, this incredibly complex network of neurons, electrical signals, and biochemical reactions, somehow doesn't count as capable of experiencing emotions just because it's made of particles. The brain isn't just this random pile of particles bumping into each other like some cosmic game of marbles. It's an unbelievably intricate, highly organized structure that processes sensory information, forms memories, and yes, generates emotions. Unlike spiritual or supernatural explanations, neurology is grounded in material evidence, showing that consciousness, memory, and personality arise from the brain's complex physical processes rather than a separate soul or spirit. Love isn't some mystical force floating around in the ether. It's a deeply rooted experience tied to neurochemistry, social bonding, and cognition. The release of oxytocin, the activation of specific neural pathways, the interplay of memory and attachment, all of this contributes to what we call love. Love is a chemical process, but so is literally everything else in your body, including your ability to understand, feel, and reason. No, I don't just collide with other particles and call it love. My brain, the very one you dismiss as mere random particles, forms deep connections, experiences, emotions, and makes choices shaped by experience, morality, and meaning. While it's technically true that we're made of particles, reducing everything to that ignores the intricate complexity of the brain and the profound richness of the human experience it creates. This isn't a legitimate argument against atheism. It's a shallow, smug little gotcha line designed to get cheap laughs from a crowd that must be as dim as the speaker. It's not an intellectual challenge. It's an appeal to people who think parroting bad philosophy counts as wisdom. If your entire train wreck of an argument relies on the idea that consciousness and emotions don't exist, just because they emerge from physical processes, then I truly admire your dedication to missing the point entirely. You seem to have an impressive talent for assembling words into something that vaguely resembles an argument but collapses the second anyone examines it. Honestly, at this point, I have to assume your collection of particles has lost a few marbles, because no one could seriously believe this drivel and still remember to breathe. I love my wife, and while science can explain how my brain forms attachment through neurons and chemicals, it doesn't diminish what that love is. Those particles give rise to something far greater. Years of shared memories, trust, and the way her smile feels like home. Science explains how love works, but it doesn't take away its beauty. The fact that something as deep and meaningful as love can emerge from the physical workings of the brain makes it even more incredible, not less.